Let's see what we got here.
Come on.
All right. Just give me like a 10-second countdown, if you don't mind.
Real quick, who's that signed by?
That is Deshaun Jackson. That is Donovan McNabb.
Okay. D-Jax.
I got Chad Lewis, tight end.
Talk about obscure.
Yeah, on an autograph. I met him a couple of years ago. He was signing at a game.
Chad, was that a receiver?
Tight end.
Tight end.
Love a good tight end.
Oh, yeah, you bet.
All right, I'm rolling.
Give me like a 10-second countdown. If you
And
don't mind.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
I'm holding on your own, got me 10 feet off the ground. And I'm hearing what you say, but I just can't make a sound. You tell me that you need me, then you go and cut me down. Away. You tell me that you're sorry, didn't think I'd turn around. I say, hey.
It's too late to apologize. God, I think it's so bad.
Welcome to Boston, everybody. We're back at it. Cut that latte
Get that
open.
What am
What
I
are you
doing?
doing
Hold on.
here?
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh my God, it is so good to see you.
It's
I'm telling
phenomenal to see you.
you. And I'm loving the 5 o'clock shadow. It's getting me a little
It's
bit.
coming off probably tomorrow, but it'll be here for tonight.
It's looking good.
I
You should-
appreciate a little
I think
scruffiness.
You should keep it.
Thank you. It
Yeah.
gives myself a little bit of an edge.
Does the missus like the 5 o'clock shadow?
She actually likes a clean shaved face, so.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can't get a read on my wife upstairs at the 5 o'clock. Sometimes she's like, you're too prickly.
Well, that's definitely more than a 5 o'clock right there.
Yeah, Boss Man Boston is all about beards. You're a fan of the beards. What do you have like a grooming thing? You just
all
let it go,
I just let it go and then I trim it. When it gets too long, my wife starts nagging.
like a lumberjack.
What a
Yeah,
man. What a
yeah.
man.
I know. I was listening to what was I listening to? Luke Combs,
Oh, phenomenal.
and I was just like, you just get in the mood when you listen to country songs like that.
Yeah.
That you want to just be that guy. He's like,
I get it.
cold beer's got 12 ounces.
I mean, it's relatable.
Good truck's got maybe 300,000.
Phenomenal song.
And I'm just like,
Phenomenal song.
God, I want to go out and start working with some tools or
Yeah, I
something.
want to get like an 85 or my dad's old 89 F-150 and just work on. Even though I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Just hold a wrench and
I'm
open the
just
hood and
gonna
like,
start poking
drinking a
around
beer.
it.
Yeah,
Just
something's
rip
gotta happen.
Just rip the spark plugs off it.
Oh no, it doesn't run. Great.
Oh my God. So how the fuck have you been? It's been like a hot
long-
minute.
I
I
mean,
haven't seen you since '86.
I'll say we're talking pre-show. It's been probably close to 6 months
Mm-hmm.
at least that we've last filmed together.
Something like that. Yeah. I did a little solo thing episode at the top of the year
I watched
just to
it.
get a little action, but it wasn't the same.
It was good though.
Same.
I
It
was
wasn't the
proud
same.
of you.
It wasn't the same.
I know, I missed it, but I'm glad to be back.
I know. I mean, it was nothing big happened like while you were gone. Like nothing
Not
big
much.
at all, right?
Not-
Not a big football game or anything like that. Nothing exciting.
No, I mean, no Super Bowl. I mean, that was a horrible matchup.
mean,
Two
yeah.
terrible teams. Like I wasn't even watching it.
I remember like 2 years ago when we were sitting at the same exact spot. I had a balloon after they lost. You popped my balloon.
forgot about
You
that.
literally popped my Eagles balloon after they lost. So I thought I'd just bring that up for in retrospective. So I got to ask you, how do you feel? The Eagles, their second Super Bowl win in 8 years. And not even just a fluke. Literally, they just like tore their ass apart.
I mean, two garbage teams, as we know. Two trash teams, two trash fan bases. No, I'm just kidding. You know what? The Chiefs played so bad. It's not taking anything away from Philly. Just putting that out there. They played so bad. I almost thought, are they getting paid to throw this game? Because I understand like they only scored over 30 points once that whole year.
Something like that.
And it was in the AFC Championship. They looked so bad. I was like, are they getting paid to throw this game? But I mean, they were just dominated both sides of the ball from the kickoff to the final whistle, and it was. I'm not gonna lie, as the Philly hater that I am, it was actually an impressive win.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they showed up. I mean, like they just weren't the Chiefs weren't in the same mind space. Like I saw before the game, like Patrick Mahomes comes out wearing an Eagles green colored suit. I'm like,
Which made no sense.
and I'm like, what are you doing? Right?
Yeah.
Travis Kelce comes out looking like Studio 54. he's like a 70s porn star, like coming out of walking out with these big glasses and this crazy looking
Yeah.
suit. I'm like, are you like getting ready for like the biggest game of the year, or are you just fucking around?
I almost think they just thought they were gonna run all over you, walk all over you guys. I mean, that's the kind of like the demeanor they had. Either that or they just were not prepared at all for whatever reason.
Well, I mean, they figured out they cracked the code. They basically followed the same game plan that Tom Brady and the Buccaneers did in 2021.
Yeah.
They just rush four guys
Yeah.
and just make Patrick Mahomes
Run for his life.
just go
Yeah.
crazy, scramble everywhere, and make mistakes. And
I mean,
they did.
how many sacks did the Eagles end up having?
I don't know, like 6. I mean, and a bunch of picks, like Cooper
yeah.
Jean, that handsome ass.
Handsome ass?
Yeah, he's a handsome guy. You ever
Okay.
see him?
I have
That's
seen
like
him.
the. I went to the parade. All the girls in Philly were wearing Cooper Jean jerseys.
Oh, that's the hot thing now. Yeah.
He's like the hot guy on the team.
how dumb is his ex-girlfriend? Must be. Hear about that?
No.
How, like she cheated on him. Like maybe
God.
in college or whatnot, and I'm like,
You missed out. Yeah, you fucked
fumbled
up now.
that.
Yeah, you
You
did.
fumbled that.
Fumbled the bag.
idiot.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Yeah.
But well, now he's got a whole state after him.
Yeah.
Of women.
Oh
so
my God! Literally, if you go into like Delco, like he could just
yeah.
do whatever he wants.
he's never paying for anything ever
No,
again.
no.
Inside the Philly city limits.
no,
he's not.
no,
paying
he's never
for
paying
anything.
for roast beef again.
Wow. Okay.
So that's behind us. It was satisfying. And I think Howie Roseman said it perfectly. He's like, the first Super Bowl in 2017, it was like losing your virginity. You just was like happy to get over it. And this time it was just like satisfying. Like you knew
Yeah.
you could just enjoy it. You
Yeah.
could just savor it in. So.
Yeah.
But that's behind us now. Now we're in free agency. So
we are.
what's going on over in Southern California? It looks like you're rebuilding over there.
Yeah. I mean, at first I was really pissed off. I was like, "What the hell are we doing?" But you know, when you sit on it for a little bit, it kind of makes sense in a way. I mean, a lot of the guys that we are shedding have been very hurt over the last few years. Aging players really hurt.
Fat Debo Samuel.
Yeah, I mean,
He's like literally like 250
Yeah.
pounds, like running as a wide receiver. I'm like, what are you doing?
yeah, he was not in shape all last year. I mean, we had to make these moves. I mean, we got aging players off the list. Like, you know, just recently, was it yesterday or 2 days ago, releasing Kyle Juszczyk, which that sucks, fan favorite. But again, aging player at 34 years old, he's a fullback position, which is obviously not used incredibly much anyway.
It should be used.
It should be, but it's not. The one I hurt the most was probably Dre Greenlaw. But again, you know, he's coming off a torn Achilles.
Yeah,
and
that's like a death sentence.
yeah, and if we
for-
spent a lot of money on him and it doesn't pan out, we'd be getting ripped for that. So I think it's kind of just, I would say not a rebuild, but retooling. You know, we have a lot of draft picks coming up these next couple of years. I think it's 21 over the next 2 years, 12 in the first 100. So I think as long as they hit the draft, they're going to be okay.
You're gonna have to pay Brock Purdy out the ass.
He's going to get paid, yes, but I think that's why also you see a lot of these moves. A lot of big contracts are gone. You know, you got Debo traded, Kyle Juszczyk, Dre Greenlaw. Who knows? Maybe there's rumors of Ayuk getting traded. So, you know, who knows? We'll see.
He's coming off of a leg problem too.
Yeah, torn like ACL and like MCL or something.
Yeah, that's fucked.
It was a big
He's
one.
fucked, yeah.
It was a big one.
After he just signed a giant contract too. Mm-hmm. So who do you like? People making moves in free agency. It just feels like, I don't know, like my opinion, it's like this free agent season, it feels like they're just like sloshing crap from one end of the league to the other. Like the Seattle Seahawks signing Sam Darnold after they traded away DK Metcalf and all these other
Yeah.
guys. It's just like, all right, they're not going to be that good.
And I didn't understand. I mean, you trade away Geno Smith to get Sam Darnold. I mean, I feel like it's kind of like the same type of caliber.
It's
They're in the same tier, I would say.
yeah, they're in that like C level tier for going to A
Yeah.
through F scale. Like
So I don't really understand that one too much. And then obviously Sam Darnold last year is throwing to Justin Jefferson.
yeah.
And now who's he going to be throwing to? DK's gone. Tyler Lockett's gone.
Yeah, they're all
Just
gone. And I
what's
think
it,
they
Jackson?
lost. They lost some linemen too. Like, it's just, all right, he's gonna look like Sam Darnold of the Jets.
Jets. Yeah,
It's
I
just
don't
like-
I don't see it being good. And then the Vikings are now going to, I guess, roll with J.J. McCarthy, the handoff merchant. So
Well, I mean, do you think he's an actual like? Is he gonna be bust or is he actually gonna be a franchise quarterback?
I would have to say yes, he's going to be a bust because of where he was picked. You know, he's a first-round quarterback. I don't think he should have ever been a first-round quarterback. I mean,
No.
all he did was hand the ball off at Michigan.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know, I don't know. We'll see. He could prove me wrong, but I think he's got a lot to live up to. And it's unfair because I just don't think he was ever a first-round talent.
No, and the challenge is you went 15-1
Yeah.
with or whatever it was with Sam Darnold,
Yeah.
and it just you saw it work.
Well, then I
You
guess
could have
I think
probably got him back for like a good contract, but not
they probably could have been. You know, I'm thinking the last 2 or 3 games.
it's horrible.
That was old Sam Darnold, and I wonder if the Vikings were like, there it is.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
we got lucky for this whole year.
could have been.
And yeah, so I mean, we'll see, but I just think Sam Darnold's that kind of a player. He's an average quarterback at best, and he just had a moment in a contract year. Now
Hey, good for him. He got that bag.
And he got $100 million.
$100 million. I made a meme about that and put it on Instagram.
Yeah.
Check it out. Follow us on Instagram if you haven't already.
Yeah.
But it was
Yeah.
literally Will Ferrell, and they're like, how does it feel to be go from a backup to $100 million quarterback in 1 year? And it's Will Ferrell just going, well, I'm a bit confused.
Yeah, I mean, you had to think, after his Jets tenure ended, he probably thought, I'm never seeing any kind of money like that again.
No.
I'm getting like maybe
No.
$2 million a year to be a backup for the rest of my
He
career.
doesn't fucking care. If the Seahawks, like, he blows a load to the Seahawks, and in 2 years he's
Yeah,
out, and he's
100
like, all right, I'll just retire.
Yeah, I got
with
$100
my
million.
$100 million, I'll go live on a yacht somewhere. Like,
Yep. So,
Sam Darnold's goofy ass.
yeah, that is one goofy motherfucker.
Yeah, he's just like,
So yeah, it's like you said, it's been kind of a weird free agency.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously day one was a ton of movement.
yeah.
The Commanders were very active, but yeah, I don't know. It's been a kind of a weird free agency, if you ask me.
Why did Cleveland Browns pay all that money to Myles Garrett
They're another dumb organization. You gave Deshaun Watson a fully guaranteed contract.
of $250 million?
Yeah, you saw how
and he's never going to play again.
Yeah, you saw how miserable that turned out. And then you have a guy in Myles Garrett who requests a trade, wants the hell out of there. You're like, no. Here's $1 billion. He's like, okay, I'll stay. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
No, just like tear the house down and start fresh.
Start
Get some
over.
draft picks, clear out all the cap space. Like, what are you doing?
Now, how much money do they have tied up in just Deshaun Watson and Myles Garrett?
Probably like 50%. Like, I'm not even kidding. Maybe like 30% of your
It's a
cap.
lot into those two guys. And
And you got nobody else. So they got Kenny
Yeah.
Pickett's going to be their starting quarterback
phenomenal.
next year. Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
You
Those
thought they
tiny
would've-
hands.
You thought they would have learned their lesson, but I guess at the end of the day, it's the Browns are going to be the Browns. And I feel so bad for those fans, man. They are some loyal ass people. I'll tell you that.
They are. I mean, they had that little glimpse with Baker Mayfield. Other than that, for the last 30 years, it's been
I mean, you've seen the jersey with
Yeah.
all the names of quarterbacks that have played since 2000. There's
like
there's
43,
there's like
literally
100
43
names.
quarterbacks. Like,
Yeah.
how do you have 43 starting quarterbacks?
Yeah, you're averaging 2 starters basically every single year.
Pretty much.
It's crazy. That
Pretty much.
jersey is insane, and now it's going to get added. Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
now.
I mean, the Jets are like that too. They've had like 30 different starting quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And they're going to have another one too. They got Justin. They went from Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers to Justin Fields. It's just like, I don't know. I would have just kept Aaron Rodgers.
They
on
went all
contract.
over the place. They went from Zach Wilson
It was ass.
to ass. Yeah, Joe Flacco in there for a little bit.
Old and ass
Yeah.
at this point.
Rodgers failed miserably there for whatever reasons.
But I mean, he looked like he was. Oops. He looked like he was getting his form back a little bit. He threw 28 touchdowns last year.
But you know what it was? I never understood that. Was he a free agent when he signed there, or was it a trade? I forget. I can't remember.
I think there was a trade.
Yeah, I can't remember. But
trade.
regardless, like
Am I
everyone,
still sounding right? We're good? All right.
when
Boss man.
they got him, they were all like, "Oh, this is it. Jets are now Super Bowl contenders." Like Super Bowl
Yeah.
contenders. I was like, at best, maybe a wild card.
Mm-hmm.
Will they win in those 2 years? 6, 7 games combined?
Something like that. Oh, I mean, he literally like tripped over his own foot and was out for the
I mean, I
season.
get that.
First play of the season.
What do you average? Like 210 yards?
Something like that, nothing
Did he even
great.
break 200 averaging for the Jets?
don't
I know it was
think so.
really low.
I mean, he can't run anymore. That's the problem. And that's going to be a difference with Justin Fields. Like, if there's that opportunity to run, Justin Fields would be able to do that. But I don't. He's
again-
not your long-term answer.
No. I mean, Zach Wilson could also run, but didn't really work out.
Didn't work out.
The Jets they're like the East Coast version of the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, they pretty much are. I mean, do you like any of these guys coming out in the draft at all? Like Shador Sanders or Cam Ward?
I don't think Shador is going to be great. I think a lot of it's being hyped up because of who his dad is. I mean, he could prove me wrong, but I mean, even again, I mean, Colorado was a slightly above average team, nothing spectacular. I think Cam Ward. I you know what? I got a sleeper of the quarterbacks. I think Jackson Dart
All right.
might have the. I'm not saying he's the most pro ready yet, but I think he has the highest ceiling. That's my opinion, but I think first quarterback taken is going to be Cam Ward.
And also, Sanders was acting like an asshole at the
Yeah.
combine, like
Yeah.
acting like he was like
Yeah.
the next coming of like Tom Brady. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
He's just like I'm going to tell you where I'm going to be playing. I'm like,
That's the
fuck
thing.
you.
And that's
You're
another
like
reason
21
why-
years old.
Exactly. That's another reason why I was like so turned off by the whole Shador thing, because you had it even during the college year. His dad saying, we're going to determine where he goes. I'm like, that's ridiculous. Like, What do you mean you're going to determine where he goes? Like, let the team pick whoever the hell is going to be. Like, you don't have a say in that shit. That's what I can't stand.
Yeah. And how does that work? Like, what if the Tennessee Titans just pick him and he doesn't want to go there? What are they going to do?
They're going to pull an Eli Manning with the
And
Chargers?
how does that work? What are the, like, I don't know how that works. Like, speaking of them, when that kid comes out in like another 2 years, Arch
Manning,
is going to be fucking stud.
I don't know.
No?
I don't know.
He's so goddamn exciting.
He hasn't looked great in his limited time yet that he's played.
A couple of times. He's fast. He can throw it.
Yeah, but who's he playing against? Mercer County Community College?
Probably something like that, you know?
So I'm going to hold off on the Arch Manning.
They're saying he could be better than his, like, you know, the prior generation.
You know who else was supposed to be the greatest thing ever? It was
Who?
Jamarcus Russell.
He could throw the ball 90 yards from his knees.
Zach Wilson.
While drinking his codeine cup.
Zach Wilson went first round because of one throw in the combine.
Fuck that guy.
You know?
And like that Macaulay Culkin ass.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't buy any of, like, the media or the experts because, I mean, how many times will they end up being wrong? You know?
They are.
It's hard to predict these things at times.
In high school, I used to get so excited for the draft because I'm like, all these guys are going to be the next big thing.
Yeah.
And and like after 25 years or 20 years of watching the draft, I'm like, it's usually like
A handful.
quarterbacks, maybe 15% of them actually pan out, 10% of them, sometimes less. Like even some of the best of like, oh, Matt Weiner is going to be the next Steve Young.
Reggie Bush.
Reggie Bush is going to be the next like Barry Sanders.
Such an average NFL running back.
Average. He was in the league for like 10 years, but it never like anything special.
Not his USC days that you were expecting.
No.
So crazy.
I remember like the first, like, we got to watch Reggie's first game as a Saint. And he had like 61 total yards as receiving and rushing.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, it's just, you know, it'll be all right.
It just never turned out to what you thought it was going to be. I mean, and that's the draft, man. You get maybe a handful of guys every year who turned out, and then but there's 200 some picks. I mean, look at the 2022 NFL or quarterback draft class. All trash except who? Mr. Irrelevant Brock Purdy.
That's it.
If it wasn't for Brock Purdy that year, there'd be no one in that. If you pick up those quarterbacks in that draft, it's horrendous.
It is.
Horrendous.
It is. I mean, who else? I mean, look at last year. Will Levis, ass.
Yeah, not great. Not great at all.
J.J. McCarthy, we don't know.
We don't know. I just
Bo Nix is good.
Bo Nix is looking. He's got some promise.
But are these like the future like faces of the league?
That's the end too. Even though Bo Nix had a pretty decent rookie year, at least right now, I'm not like that's the next big thing.
Is he the next John Elway?
Yeah, I don't see
the
it.
next Peyton Manning. Like,
And it could turn out that way. Who knows? But it's like I don't. It's not like when we were seeing like, I don't. Well, I guess even no. C.J. Stroud, phenomenal rookie year, and he kind of fell off.
That's
last
what
year.
happened.
So it's like who knows? You don't know anymore. With
we
these
had that.
guys.
I mean, with Carson Wentz, set year 2,
Yeah.
MVP of the league. Basically took us to the Super Bowl before he hurt himself, and it was Nick Foles. The rest of this history, but like, and then after that, like he got hurt, and then he was ass after that. He's still in the league as a backup, but ass.
You know what I think it is? At least I see these teams are really rushing to get these rookie quarterbacks out before they're even developed. I think that's why you're seeing such a drop off now in this like these new quarterbacks.
Yeah, you got to sit.
They're not ready.
You got to sit them because I mean, it's like in college they're being like spoon fed everything.
Everything, yeah, exactly.
But when you come up here, they have no idea. It's a brand new playbook, and they're they got to learn all this stuff and be able to execute it.
And everyone's a pro. You know, this ain't college where some guys you're going against aren't going to make it.
Yeah,
everyone's here for a reason.
The best.
Yeah,
everyone's literally the best.
Yeah, at this
that
sport.
defensive tackle, that big motherfucker over there, he's gonna come and like throw you into the peanut stand.
That guy, he's top 30 in the world.
Yeah,
even the worst player in the NFL is still top whatever in the world.
Yeah, like that,
Yeah,
like
so it's
third
crazy.
stringer in the Jacksonville Jaguars.
He's in the NFL.
Is probably you playing Alabama every week.
Yeah,
you know,
this guy's
in
here
the Nick
for
Saban years.
Yeah, he's here for a reason. You know, so it's true, man. It's a different game essentially. It really is.
And it's fun. It's fun. It's fun. It's a good view from the top. You know, I'm just kind of watching it all. I'm like
not
watching
getting hit.
everybody build everything. I'm like, you know what? I'm sitting pretty. I love it. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. Like, it's gonna be hard for me. Even if they fuck it all up next year, I'm like, you know what? I got two in the last decade. I'm like,
you saw them.
And I saw them just destroy 2 dynasties. They destroyed the Patriots with Tom Brady and the Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes. We're the dynasty killers, and I love it.
Yeah, and
real
real quick, while we're on topic, can we stop to talk about Pat Mahomes being the GOAT? He's already lost 2 Super Bowls.
Fuck that.
You know, and I hate Tom Brady, but he's no Tom Brady.
I hate both of them, but he's not Tom Brady.
Yeah, he's already lost 2. He's already lost 2.
Yeah.
And you know what he's not? He's not Mr. Joe Cool, Joe Montana.
No.
I'm done with it. I'm done
I
with
mean,
it.
who do you think? I mean, this is another, like in their prime, Tom Brady of like 2007 and Joe Montana of like 1984 or something like that. Like who do you think would win if they played that matchup?
You know, it depends, I think. What era are we playing in? Because Joe Montana played in an era where defense could play defense.
Or if you got like 9 concussions and CTE
Yeah.
out of your ass, you're getting back in the lineup.
You're playing out there. There's no mic in the helmet. You're essentially calling your own plays for the most part. But yeah, I mean, you could play defense back then. Now you breathe on someone a little too heavy. You know, it's a
I
15
hate
yard.
that. I hate that.
So
like
it
the
depends on
first
era.
play. I mean, it was like the first play of the Super Bowl. It was like that bullshit
that,
call.
that pass interference
I
on the
mean,
line.
you could say whoever fan you want. Like it was AJ Brown called this beautiful looking pass, and there was some dumb fucking call. It was ridiculous. I'm like, what are they calling? Like
Yep. It was when I saw that, I was like, oh, here we go.
Here we go with these refs.
4 quarters of this, and I was like, here we go. But luckily, it kind of mellowed down after that.
I mean, it was like that with the Bills game too. Like they're just like there's
Yeah.
all these referee problems and all that.
It's bad, and you know what? And it makes me realize that I think there was a referee issue when the NFL comes out and makes a statement. Like the fact that you had to make that statement comes off a little sketchy.
Yeah,
you know,
it's not part of the script.
Yeah. So yeah,
That's why I know it's not
was
scripted
weird.
because the script would make sense. They win 3 in a row. The Taylor Swift's there. It just makes sense from a storyline standpoint.
Sure.
So, but I don't know. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm
bet you
fat and
are.
happy right
Fat
now.
and happy.
I am. But now we're on a March Madness.
Yes.
What do you like? What do you think? What do you like? Any sleepers? How do you think? Did you fill out a bracket yet?
Well, not yet because obviously we got to wait. Well, Sunday's not out
But
yet.
yes.
So we got to wait for that. You know what? I feel like it's going to be one of those weird years again where there's not a single team.
Where it's like Georgia Southern ends up like going to the Final Four.
It's not a year where I feel like there's 1 or 2 like insanely dominant teams. You've seen the upsets all year round. It's going to be one of those things where I think anyone, well, not anyone, but like anyone within the top 8 seeds might have a shot at this.
Do you like Cooper Flagg?
I hate Duke, so no. Duke sucks.
He's handsome too. They always have the same looking guy.
He got hurt today.
They all look like bad.
He's not going to play the rest of the ACC tournament.
Oh my goodness.
So we'll see what happens come,
when
the
it's
March
one and
tournament.
done time, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, apparently he's probably not going to play the rest of the ACC tournament. So we'll see what happens. If it's that bad or scary, he might just be like, no, I'm not going to lose my number 1 draft pick.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, I would just sit out too. Like
You're talking about millions of dollars on the line here.
that's the thing is and the thing is now the NIL there's millions of dollars in college.
Right.
Like
right.
some of the just like college players that are like, no, I'm going to stay a third year because I'm making $600,000 versus the league minimum of $400,000. It's like, what do you think of all this? Like you're getting paid in college now.
I think there's got to be some regulation to it. I mean, it's crazy. It's like you saw was it the UNLV quarterback last year? He just like 4 games in, and then like I guess something happened with the pay. He's like, okay, no, I'm transferring. Like in the middle of the season.
They can't allow you to transfer. You got to make your decision. You got to play the whole season there, and then after the season, you can decide to transfer.
And there's got to be rumors. Maybe somehow like you get a free transfer, and then if you try again, then you bring back the old rule of sitting out a year. Because it's the wild west right now. It's chaos. And and I don't think there should be outside companies paying. I think it should all be booster related, from the school.
Yeah, you got like the CEO of Oracle loves Michigan and just donates like $1 billion to Michigan.
What about what's his face? Phil Knight of Nike.
Yeah.
Who's to say he's not like, here's $1 billion to come play for Oregon? Like who can compete with that?
You can't.
So I don't think I think it's got to be more strict in how they do this. I have no problem with the players getting paid, but it can't be like these Fortune 500 companies buying players to come to their school. I think Ohio State paid $20 million for their championship team. It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And they're still in debt somehow. I'm like, how does that happen? And it's just like the smaller schools. It's just like not fair to them.
I'm
Like
saying you're going to ruin the whole the group of 5 schools and FCS. Like you're going to ruin them. No one's going to go there. We have a chance now to probably go walk on them and play there.
We could. Like Villanova will never win a title again. No. Because it's just like they don't have enough money to in their community to pay like some top prospects.
For basketball?
For basketball, yeah.
Well, yeah, because you're competing with like the Kansas, the Kentuckys, these big big blue blood basketball school. Duke,
Yeah.
UNC. Yeah, Villanova. Unless Villanova has some billionaire alum out there, it's gonna be hard.
They gotta get Rick Pitino to come be their head coach.
Yeah, get the strippers.
Yeah.
Good old Louisville days.
I mean, they look good. I mean, St. John's could be
St. Joe's.
St. John's in New York. Yeah,
they look good.
they look good. They could make a run.
I'll tell you what.
He's a bad motherfucker.
Rick
that guy.
Pitino is one hell of a coach.
He's like 80 years old.
He's won everywhere he's gone.
Wears a crazy suit every day. He's like an all-white suit with a pink tie. He doesn't give a fuck. He's like, I'm gonna come in.
Shit.
We're gonna win. He's like, you got that New York accent. He's like, we're gonna win wherever we go. And you know, he does that. He has that like sort of like a Hard Knocks thing right now, but for his team on Vice Network. And he's like, you guys aren't fucking tough enough. Like, I love it. I love it. They don't make guys like that.
No, he's old school, and you know what? He can get away with it because wherever he goes, they win.
They do.
Whatever he does, it's working. Whether it's the strippers or something's motivating those boys. I'll tell you that.
I love it. I love it. So we'll see what happens. Whoever I picked them, I would say St. John's will be in the Elite Eight. That's my kind of prediction. I don't know what else is going to happen. We're going to go with Elite Eight.
Okay.
He's gonna surprise some people.
Okay.
So we'll see that.
All right, I'll remember that.
All right, let's go to our final segment of the evening. This
Okay.
one is called "How Much Would You Need to Be Paid?" Everybody's favorite segment here. All right. Everybody knows the rules here. Everything starts a little bit easier. A couple of softball questions, and we kind of turn up the volume a little bit.
Yep.
All right. First question: how much should you be paid to ski down a Black Diamond Mountain?
Like 500. I'll try
right,
and
you
take
got a
my
little
time.
daredevil,
I'll try
yeah.
and take my time.
I accidentally went up a hill on one once when I was skiing. I just kind of like slid down on my ass like the whole way.
And that's probably the best bet.
Yeah,
You would
because
kill
I'm like,
yourself
I was like
otherwise.
16.
Yeah.
And I'm like in Vermont, and I'm like, fuck this.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna break my neck.
Or kill yourself. Yeah.
How much you need paid to drive a rally car off of a ramp?
Where am I landing?
No, you're at like a track, and it's like one of those Subaru rally car things, like Rob
Dude,
Deerdeck.
Fuck yeah. I'd probably do it for free. Just give me the car.
All right. Well, you
would
could use the
love
one
to.
that they have at the ramp, at
Yeah,
the
that'd
track
be
there.
fun. Hell yeah.
How much would you need paid to wear a tuxedo and walk into a public swimming pool?
Walk into a place swimming pool?
Yeah, like you go to the public swimming pool, you're dressed in like a 3-piece suit, and you just like casually walk into the pool. Like,
Just buy the tuxedo for me. You cover the tuxedo.
just rent it at Men's Warehouse.
Rent it for me, and I'll walk with my ass right in there.
And then, and the thing is, you got to return it next day. You put it back in the bag.
Uh-huh.
You're sure this
I'm gonna walk in there, not even looking at anyone. Just like stoic.
You just walk in and you just sit down and sit there. You got to sit
Yep.
there and act like this is the normalest thing
Yep.
ever.
Just cover that. Cover
right.
the rental.
Done. How much you need paid to shit yourself in public?
Considering I have to do that almost every day.
Yeah, like you have to purposely.
Like
Okay.
in front of an audience or like in the grocery store?
You're like you're in like you're at the mall, like at the mall, like you gotta just, at the food. You're sitting at the food court in the mall.
All
and you
right.
shit yourself.
I'll do it, and then you just have to pay for whatever I want in the mall.
All right, done.
Yeah.
You got to be reasonable. though.
Reasonable, yeah.
I'll
sure.
buy you a shirt or something like
A
that.
shirt? No. A shirt.
What do you want in the mall? What do you
Maybe a
want?
TV. Maybe another system or some sort.
All right, fine. We'll
A
get you
fucking
all right,
shirt.
a couple $100 essentially. All right, so how much should you be paid to run on a field during a sporting event?
That's gonna be a lot. I'm gonna get arrested. I'm gonna be banned.
You have to go through all those motions, all that.
Hopefully, it's a team I don't like. Until I get banned from that stadium, it's
Go
fine.
to like the Florida Marlins or something like that.
Maybe like 10 G's. What's bail gonna be?
I mean, 10,000 will probably cover your bail and probably whatever the civil suit is.
All right, so give me 20,000. Give me whatever. You know this. Give me whatever my legal fees are plus 10K.
All right. There you go. And you got a cool video. It's for the content.
Cool story.
It's for the
Cool
content.
story.
It's for the content. We'll
Yeah.
film the whole thing.
Yeah.
How much you need paid to take Viagra and walk around like a grocery store?
So I'm just walking around bricked up.
Well, you got to take it, and then an hour later, you got to just go to like ShopRite and just walk around and go grocery shopping.
Pay for my groceries. They're so fucking expensive now. Pay for my groceries.
You can, yeah. I would do that because that would be the funniest fucking thing ever. You're just walking in the produce aisle and you're just like this.
Tent pitched and all. Pay for my groceries.
How How much you need paid to carry a turd in your pocket for the whole day?
That's fucking disgusting. I don't know. Give me like 500.
All right.
me 500.
You get a new shirt after that.
Oh, 100%. I ain't wearing that again. It's going right in the trash.
Yeah. You get like a hoodie pocket and just slide it.
Just slide it right on in here. Me and my turd.
It's gonna fucking stink.
Oh, so stupid.
All right, last question. How much do you need paid to wear a ball gag?
In public?
Sure.
In the grocery store.
Grocery store. Yeah,
Everything
while
happens
I'm-
at the grocery
while
store.
I'm pitched.
Why you got a turd in your pocket all at once?
Oh, God. Pay for my groceries and maybe like another couple $100 on
All
top
right.
of it.
All right. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty
That's
good.
funny as shit.
Oh my God. Well, we're out of time here on Boston Out. That was fun, everybody.
That was
It's good to
fun.
get the band back together.
Yes, sir.
But if you haven't already, check us out on social media. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Please subscribe, follow us, like us, engage with us, comment with us, and we'll get back to you because that's what we
Fight
do.
with me.
You can do that. Fight with us. And for a little ear candy, subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Spotify as well. And Deezer, wherever you are in the world. So,
Deezer.
I don't think Google Podcasts is a thing anymore, but
No, I don't think
Spotify
so.
and Apple, that'll get you most of the way. So
Yep.
one of those.
Yep.
But other than that, for CB,
Donnie B.
we'll see you next time on Boston Out. Peace.